Scrolling, snapping, and streaming, cell phones have found a permanent place in students' pockets.
Right now, there's a bill moving through the Oregon legislature sponsored by Bend State Representative Emerson Levy, which would prohibit students from having access to cell phones and other mobile devices in the classroom.
Our kids that have cell phones during the day, they receive between 200 and 500 notifications a day. And that is a lot of distraction.
According to a recent report, Oregon is one of the worst states when it comes to two critical school subjects, reading and math.
We're trying to get our reading and our math scores back up, and we're trying to address the mental health crisis.
The bill passed the House on April 15th with bipartisan support. It's now in the Senate.
I spoke with parents, teachers, and more importantly, students about this bill and what it could mean for some campuses. Here's the debate over digital devices in schools.
A lot of students would definitely be against it for sure. I think they would understand that there needs to be something done, but not to that extent.
There's bad apples, I think, that make it look bad for everybody.
I need my phone for college and work, and so I do need my phone throughout the day, but I understand when I should and shouldn't be on it.
3 Redmond High School students give their perspective on an Oregon bill that could ban cell phones in the classroom. They argue students know and respect the rule of putting phones away during class, and those who don't make the choice to be disengaged.
You decide to be on your phone during the lectures, okay. That's up to you. That's ultimately your decision.
It's not the phone that's making them not want to learn. It's the fact that they find whatever they're learning boring or not interactive enough.
Teachers, on the other hand, have seen the impacts on students' grades and classroom behavior.
Teachers are just exhausted. We've seen an increase in cheating and plagiarism and an increase in anxiety, depression, and loneliness at school.
Johnson is a teacher at Redmond High School and has been teaching for 12 years. She worries about adolescent development.
When you go through our school during passing periods or at lunch, they're on their phones rather than talking to, making new friends and socializing.
The academic vocabulary has went way down. I mean common vernacular, complex sentences.
Baumgartner teaches AP US History at Redmond High School and has been teaching for over 20 years. Mental health counselor, professor of psychology and addiction studies at COCC, and a parent with students in Ben Lapine schools, Dr. Sean Roberts claims to also see the negative impacts of phone use in schools.
The science is abundantly clear. What we do know is that in the last 20 years, we've seen some dramatic increases in mental health struggles for children and teenagers, and that correlates with the introduction of phones.
On child development, Dr. Roberts said this.
We grow these kind of superhighways through repeated experience. We also cut back the pathways that we don't use. So when a kid is overusing technology, they're creating these superhighways for that one behavior, at the expense of creating this diverse, rich neural pathways.
Baumgartner thinks this bill would allow teachers to no longer compete for student attention. She also says the bill would no longer put the responsibility on the shoulders of teachers, who vary in classroom policy.
You become the strict teacher just because you're trying to look out what's best for the kids and you're trying to gain their attention. And I think if we get a law, perhaps it will help teachers just cement, nope, this is the law, no phones.
Tune back in on Sunday for an in-depth look at how districts are currently handling phone issues, how the bill might change current operations, and hear parent concern regarding student safety. For the Problem Solvers, I'm Matthew Draxton.